Steve, if we rewind back to 24 hours ago when we were talking about this, I feel like things are a little bit more optimistic.
A little bit more optimistic, but I'm a pessimist by nature, of course, so I have to kind of look at the real situation, right? I mean, I wouldn't be in the news business for 30-plus years if I wasn't a bit of a pessimist. But again, I'm not going to add to the rhetoric that some have leveled blame on the media for continuing this anti-China or anti-U.S., from whatever perspective, narrative. Essentially, these two gentlemen meeting is a good thing. Obviously, they met for 35 minutes in the Great Hall of the People. Xi Jinping had his moment to say his piece, as did Antony Blinken. And does it pave the way for a possible meeting between Xi Jinping and Joe Biden? They haven't met since November on the sidelines of the G20 in Bali. Well, yes. I mean, we are closer to a possible phone call, video call, or meeting than we were 24 hours ago, but it doesn't necessarily mean it is going to happen. And keep in mind, shortly after Antony Blinken's plane left Beijing, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs put out a statement essentially saying Xi Jinping meeting with Blinken was merely a courtesy, with a foreign dignitary, top diplomat from the United States visiting Beijing. It was a courtesy for Xi Jinping to meet him. And again, they leveled the blame on the deteriorating U.S.-China relationship at the feet of the United States, and that there still needs to be more changes to be made. And keep in mind, no progress was reported, at least, on the most sticky issues, that being Taiwan. We had Qin Gang, the foreign minister, telling Antony Blinken on Sunday in more than 7 hours of talks that Taiwan is the core of the core issues that are deteriorating relations between China and the United States. Let's get Antony Blinken's take on those talks between Qin Gang, between him and Wang Yi, which lasted several hours, and 35 minutes with Xi Jinping.
Progress is hard. It takes time, and it's not the product of one visit, one trip, one conversation. My hope and expectation is we will have better communications, better engagement going forward. That's certainly not going to solve every problem between us, far from it. But it is critical to doing what we both agree is necessary, and that is responsibly managing the relationship. It's in the interest of the United States to do that. It's in the interest of China to do that. It's in the interest of the world.
Now, Blinken says he did raise concerns about China's quote-unquote provocative actions in the Taiwan Strait and in the South China Sea. But again, as you can see, the Chinese side dug in their heels on the issue of Taiwan. No change from Beijing's perspective there.
Yeah, so that's the pessimist in you, Steve. Might be the same thing, might be different. You're also fairly pragmatic. We all know that as well. As far as that's concerned, where to from here? What's possible? Yeah, sure. I mean, there has to be some optimism and pragmatism mixed in there, of course, when you're assessing these talks. Going forward, again, any meeting between Xi and Biden or even a phone call would be considered extremely positive, given that they have not talked in more than 6 months. The one issue that Antony Blinken did bring up repeatedly with the Chinese side is the complete lack of military-to-military. It's called mill-to-mill dialogue. Exemplified more recently at the Shangri-La dialogue in Singapore, when the U.S. Tried to make an overture to the defense minister of China with Lloyd Austin, the U.S. defense secretary in Singapore, but again, being rebuffed again. So there is no dialogue right now between the Pentagon and the Chinese equivalent. So that makes it much more difficult to limit the chance of miscalculation or misestimations in the Taiwan Strait. So that's why, Blinken, as the top diplomat, wants to get those dialogue channels back open.